Hello, this is Gary Wishon with the vicious, malicious, adorable monster named Droog. Say hi, Droog. Just a quick thought. Have any of you tried to program your dreams? It's not that hard. What I mostly dream about is music. I hear music about 8 to 10 hours a day, so that carries off in my dreams. If you think about it, something long enough, eventually your subconscious picks it up and carries it off to your dreams. Unresolved issues also fall into this category, and whatnot. Now, taking that into consideration, that you can program your dreams. Imagine you're the first writer of the Bible, the guy who started all this mess. In the Bronze Age, it is terrible. If you live to see old age, the oldest age you'd live to is 35, and damn, you probably look like it. You're in the senior citizen brigade. It was a hard fucking life. Of course you're going to be thinking of a nicer life, a better life, tranquil life, and a God that would protect you above all else. A God that would guide you and keep you. And then that poor person had a vision, and Abrahamic faith began from a fevered dream of someone who wanting a better life. It sounds nice. It sounds like a good thing, because that's something I can't blame a guy for. Little did that person know. Skip ahead now, after millennia, people dying because of that dream, people, quality of life being destroyed because of that dream, people being put into slavery because of that dream. If any aspect of that person, whether it be a soul or a spirit, still existed, do you think he's happy with you, dear fundamentalist believer? I have to point that out because I can't blame anybody for dreaming. It's when they take the dreams and make it into a living nightmare that dream has to be opposed. That there has to be a counterbalance to that extremism. The fundamentalists that has taken over the government, for the most part, and we have to take it back. Please, whether you're a believer or a non-believer, be mindful of who you put in charge. In your head you might think, nobody's going to take anything to extremes. I like to point out the Milgram experiment. The Milgram experiment was made by Stanley Milgram to help figure out why people didn't oppose the World War II's Holocaust. Why did people just go along with the orders? It's simple. Mankind is a social animal, and when faced with authority, we don't want to go against the social norms because we know on some level we need it, some level of respect, and we think, oh, this one small thing, this one small misdeed, if it's done with the right reason, if it's done because of somebody of authority said so, surely it can't be that bad. The experiment consisted of people believing that there's a guy in another room talking to him through an intercom, tied down to a chair and receiving electric shocks. Every time the guy got a question wrong, the person who was the real experiment, the person who was hired to push a button on the authority of a guy in a lab coat, would push the button, giving electric shocks. The shocks started from light to extremely dangerous. And 65% of the people who were told to push a button just because somebody of authority told them to do it, pushed the button till they believed with every ounce of their fiber that they murdered somebody on someone else's authority. People crying and Milgram screaming at them, push the button. They pushed the button and they thought they murdered somebody. What won't somebody do if they believe that the authority is coming from God or coming from someone under the behest of God? Be mindful of who you surrender your authority to, give your authority to. Please. The decisions you make during the election time isn't just decisions that affect you, they affect us all. Be mindful. I'm not saying vote Democrat only. Democrats have their own problems. I just don't think any of their problems would lead to a theocracy. That's all I'm saying. Till next time, goodbye.